New fresh 18 volt, ready for action. And of course, I talked about them earlier and forgot to do them. The transmission, where it mounts up to the block on the back here, this is an M10 by 1.25. And again, since we're doing them all, just that, do them all. Okay, we've done all on this side. We've done all the large ones on this side and the small ones. The only thing we haven't done is the alternator bracket. Again, that requires a 12mm bolt, or on my new engines we use a 13. So again, that's going to go with an M8 1.25. Okay, basically we've done the rear, we've done the front, we've done the sides. I'm going to show you how we use the 3M roll-lock disc now to clean off the boss, or the bolt bosses. And then of course we're going to flip it upside down and do the main cap bolt holes, and then obviously the oil pan bolt holes. I like using the 3M roll-lock discs. They seem to work out real well. Yeah, for this part, safety first. Yeah, need the glasses. It's important to note that we will be using the 3M roll-lock for any non-critical mounting areas. We'll use it on the bolt bosses, we can use it on the transmission mounting line, etc. What we don't want to do is use that 3M roll-lock disc on any of the critical mounting areas. That would be the rear main housing, the water pump or the oil pump, we can, if needed, clean those up by hand with some 400 grit sandpaper. Okay, I'll give you an idea of what I'm looking at here. When we use the 3M, the Roloc, we're just trying to clean up the bolt bosses. Once everything gets washed and all that, and all the holes blown out, we're really going to see where essentially this makes it look brand new. Like to do the serial plate, the block designation, etc. The devil's in the details, as they say. And again, we like to tap every single hole, needed or not, because once it gets blown off, cleaned off, it really is a good finishing touch, but then it also ensures that every single bolt hole is good to go and ready for assembly. We like to do this procedure before we send it to the machine shop, just to make sure everything is prepped and ready. And quite honestly, once it comes back from the machine shop, it has been machined, washed, and if we have done this procedure, we can get right to assembly. Okay, we're going to flip it over now and do the oil pan line and the main cap holes. Definitely make sure we're not going to lay the deck on anything. Make sure she's good and decent. We don't want to set it down on anything rough and tough and screw up our deck. Again, we've got some oil pan bolt holes. These are all 10mm bolts that go in them. So it's going to be our M6 by 1.0. Our normal M10 1.5, just on a standard drill, will get to a lot of the areas. You'll notice that I do have one on an extension. This is also an M10 1.5. We're going to use these for the low clearance areas. These four in the corner, but the drill will get the rest of them. Makes it relatively easy. I haven't lubed the bottom side, so we'll go ahead and do that for the main cap holes now. Really can't say enough about the torque of this drill. Picked this up a while ago from my Snap-on dealer, of course. 18 volt standard, not lithium ion, but just the standard one. Man, it works great. Plenty of torque, and does a great job for me. Okay, main line is tapped. Oil pan bolt holes have been tapped. We're going to clean up the oil pan surface with our Roloc. Then essentially we're done with it. We can throw it back in the parts washer, let it wash off. Then when it's done, pull it out, and of course blow out all the holes and make sure we have all the remnants out. But once we've done that, essentially looks brand new. Pesky compressors always come on when you don't want them to. Alright, give you one more look and see what I'm doing and how it all came out. A couple things very important to note. One, we never use a 3M Roloc in where the main cap mounts. Definitely not necessary. Once it's been bead blasted and it's clean, that's all we're looking for. The 3M Roloc discs are relatively aggressive, so when we're doing any surface, we need to make sure that we're not grinding on it, just quick fluid motions to get it cleaned up. And that's it. There's a couple other things we can do just to make it look nice. We can use our wire wheel to clean up the oil filter threads. And then the two studs that are on the water pump, we can hit those lightly as well, just to get those cleaned up so they look nice. Other than that, all of our holes on the entire block have been tapped. Our bolt bosses have been polished off. Now essentially it's time to go back in the washer, blow them off, and off to the machine shop. And when it comes back, all of our holes will be tapped, everything prepped, ready for assembly. Thanks again, guys. Keep in touch.